Many of you now getting settled back into your daily routine after the Thanksgiving holiday. Millions of people traveled to see their loved ones, causing a surge in travel through almost every airport, despite the CDC's recommendation to stay home. Health officials are now preparing for a wave of coronavirus cases in the next few weeks that could be tied to holiday gatherings. So let's take a look right now at our local numbers. Right now, Florida is approaching nearly 1 million cases, and we're close to 19,000 deaths. Now, these numbers are expected to increase with the next release of test results. And that's the percent positive right now in the state, 13.7%. Now, health officials say the day before Thanksgiving proved to be one of the highest number of positive cases in months, with more than 10,000 diagnosed here in Florida. And now the question remains, when's the best time to get tested? On your sides, Alex Osiris joins us live tonight from the Regency Square Mall testing site with the answers. Hi, Alex.
Heather, good evening. And this was a busy, steady stream of people here at Regency throughout the day, but not as busy as some other Florida cities where lines were hours long. And tonight, a message from doctors: if you traveled for Thanksgiving and already got a test, it may have been too early. Millions by air and more by car. Doctors concerned travelers from Thanksgiving may feel the impact before the next holiday. Dr. Anthony Fauci speaking to NBC News.
We expect, unfortunately, as we go for the next couple of weeks into December, that we might see a surge superimposed upon that surge that we're already in. Lines reaching 3 hours in Miami, according to this tweet from the Florida Association of Public Information Officers. Those traveling for Thanksgiving now with the questions, do I get tested for COVID-19 and when? Doctors say with a range of incubation time, December 1st may be the first day to consider a test, and even that may not take into account the virus developing after, even more than a week later in some positive cases, according to the CDC, meaning additional tests may be recommended. Fauci says hand washing, social distancing, and mask wearing still just as important as ever.
To just continue to do the things that we've been talking about.
If you're making plans for Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, the dates of quarantining and for testing, I'll go over those ahead at 6 o'clock. Reporting live from Regency, Alex Osiris, First Coast News, on your side.
Alex.